What the fuck happened here? There we are. Oh, what's up, motherfuckers? It's your boys, Cool Mike and Handsome Frank. So I figured, since you can make up your own nickname, I made up my own, and it's Handsome Frank. You know what? Me being Handsome Frank is more accurate than you being Cool Mike, because you're a fucking piece of shit. Now, I want to get this out of the way.
Dude, can I make your nickname up? Because I'm turning them piece of shit.
You made a nickname
Gargoyle Frank. You're Gargoyle Frank, and I'm piece of shit Mike. Go with that.
Yeah. I'm gonna start calling you Lexington from the Gargoyles. You remember that show?
Oh fuck no, man. We're going old school.
Yeah. You're New York. You're the Bronx. We're gonna call you the Bronx because he was the ugliest. He was the ugliest of the Gargoyles. Anyway, let's get our sponsorship going. Hey, MJF Wrestling. This video is sponsored by Molson Canadian.
Yeah. Hey, is that the winter ale? The winter ale Canadian?
Get it in ya. This is Molson Canadian Lager. Now, for you Americans, it's probably a strong beer. For us Canadians, this is piss. But they did sponsor the show. And the way it became a sponsor of the show is my girlfriend, Sam, she bought a case and gave me one. So thanks, Sam, for sponsoring the show.
Can I cut you off real quick?
Yeah.
There's no way she bought that. Somebody had to have given that to her.
No, she bought it.
Any of our American listeners, this is not a good representation of Canada, that Molson Canadian beer. It's fucking horse piss. It's gross.
You hear that? He thinks Molson's horse piss.
Fuck you, Mike.
And then you look at you. You got a
fuck you, Mike.
Piss. Like you don't even want the small piss. You're taking the tall boy piss. Good for you.
Listen to me.
That tall boy piss gets me drunk. So fuck you.
So I will say this much. I would prefer it if it was Alexander Keith's India Ale Pale, but she has sex with me, so hey.
Cool. Therefore, she sponsors the broadcast.
So this sip is to Sam and the sponsor.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Thank you, Sam.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, now go shoot. See, I run a tight ship. I know some of the people are like, he's such a misogynist.
I run a tight ship.
I am. I'm not.
No, not at all.
No, I'm Italian.
I'm getting glass with my coffee.
Is there pumpkin spice in that coffee?
No, it's coconut oil.
Oh my God.
It's my hippie coffee.
I gotta get you back to Ontario.
Why? So I can drink fucking Tim Hortons shit?
No, you can drink other coffee. You just don't need to drink that hippie coffee.
Ontario is sponsored by Tim Hortons, bud.
No, it's not. Don't say it. You know what? Listen to me. You, me, and a mailbox are gonna have a fight over this.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Oh, we're going personal.
We're going very personal. You keep insulting fucking Tim Hortons.
Well, that's not personal to you. Well, that's how much Ontario. That's how much Ontario is in your blood. That's how much Tim Hortons is Ontario.
It's not that Ontario is in my blood. It's that Tim Hortons is in my blood.
Yeah.
That and garlic and olive oil, because I'm a wop. My blood smells.
Tim Hortons doesn't really declare you a wop.
No.
No, the Italians actually drink.
They love it. They love it. Like when they're not drinking espresso, they're drinking Tim Hortons up here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't look at people in Italy, and I don't think of Tim Hortons. I'll tell you. I'm thinking people from Ontario, and I'm thinking Tim Hortons.
Listen, the glasses are coming off because this is serious.
Yeah, you're getting deep.
In Canada, in the most densely populated area with wops like myself, that's Toronto.
Sure is.
Woodbridge, Vaughn, Maple, and all them motherfuckers love Tim Hortons. Hey, viewers, can I get a like for my sexy new haircut? Huh? Huh? Look at that side profile. Yeah.
Viewers.
Yeah.
Can I cut you off? That's the third video you've made about your haircut.
Dude, I'm super happy about it.
It looks good. It looks good.
I've been without sleep for a while, so. Whoa.
Well, you're just looking at yourself in the mirror.
That burp, man. That burp was more entertaining than that Undertaker match, huh?
Oh.
Hey, you know what was funny about that Undertaker match? I don't know if you remember, but a couple of weeks before it happened, I made a video saying that these guys are literally going to kill each other.
Yeah, me did.
And they did a pretty good damn job trying to prove me right. Oh, shit. Oh, good. I have it.
Death match.
Yeah, they're like, let's have a death match. And Mick Foley's like, what, you mean with like barbed wire and explosives and ladders? They're like, no, just with the two of us trying to breathe. Hey, do you still got your couch surfer?
No. No, I do not.
That sucks.
She split the next day.
Was she cool as shit?
Yeah, she's nice, man. She was a metalhead.
Oh, he's like a metalhead.
We sat around metal.
She must have think we were a bunch of retards, when we were doing her show.
No, not really. She put her headphones in.
Cool. So, MJF Wrestling and other stuff. There's going to be some other stuff in this. We're going to kind of do, this is my idea. Mike's going to have to agree. I think we should do shorter videos during the week, not super long ones, so that way we can keep our videos kind of, in the revolving door of videos. And then we're going to have a nice weekend review on Saturday or Sunday. So this is it. So, weekend review. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Nice. I agree with the other, but I do not agree with the rapid fire.
Okay. No rapid fire. What did
Name alone.
pick? I want you to pick. This is too much for me. I want you to pick 3 things you liked about Stomping Grounds.
3 things I liked about Stomping Grounds.
Yes.
That was a fuck. All right. I like the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Ricochet Samoa Joe.
Okay.
And the Daniel Bryan and the Heavy Machinery. So Bryant Rowan.
You watched the pre-show?
No, I didn't watch the pre-show. I heard it was good though. The cruiserweight.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I didn't
okay. Cool. What did you hate about it?
Everything past the Daniel Bryant match.
So
I put it in my video. I was like, so it's like all the matches that didn't matter were good.
Yeah.
But all the matches that they were forcing their main storyline were shit. Absolute shit. Yeah. I didn't like the Kofi Kingston Dolph Ziggler match.
No, it was boring because they kept saying some shit about leap of faith. Leap of faith. I was watching SmackDown. They're like, Kofi made a leap of faith. And I was like, shut the... And then Dolph came out, and I figured he was going to say, it should have been me. But he was like, something about, you made a leap of faith. And I was like, all right, enough is enough. Okay, cool. My favorite parts were the triple threat match for the cruiserweight title. That fucking match was dope. Tony Nese, out of the 3, I think performed the worst. I don't think he has much charisma. I don't like the whole Jersey Shore vibe he gives. You know what I mean? But we've talked about this before. I'm a big Gulak fan, right?
Yeah, you've been for a while, man. One of the first ones.
And I'm fucking glad he won because he's like fucking hard nosed, no nonsense. I'll fucking twist you into a pretzel. You know who he reminds me of?
I know you're gonna say.
Not Bret Hart. Okay.
Zack Sabre Jr.
No. He reminds me of like a modern day, not so
Maharaja.
Not so strong Stu Hart.
Oh.
You know, like he just twists people.
Yeah, I never watched any of Stu Hart's shit.
Well, you know,
because I'm not 70.
Yeah, you can look it up. All you need to do is look up some dungeon shit, and you'll see it. But he reminds me of that type of wrestler. He doesn't do the high flying shit really. He grounds opponents, and he's exactly the opposite of what they want the fucking cruiserweights to be. And I think he's perfect. I like Tozawa because that guy is fucking crazy, man. I saw that guy. So he does a tope suicida out, and he doesn't put his hands out most of the time. He just uses his head. He's like, "Brrr," and he hits Tony Nese, and then he goes back to the ring apron, and he sees fucking Gulak at the far end by the barricade, and he runs and does a fucking cannonball / swanton on top of them. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. But Tony Nese didn't get pinned, so I imagine there's going to be, a rematch. So that was it. That was my top spot. My second was definitely Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. I thought that match was a mastercraft in ring psychology. I can't do it. Sorry.
I can't do it.
So,
yeah. The man.
Who else? Shit, man. Who else was
now,
on?
Can we successfully say that they fucked Becky Lynch up?
Oh yeah.
100%.
Especially after she came out and emasculated the actual in her relationship.
Oh, and can we successfully say they fucked up Seth Rollins too? And we got some more stuff to talk about with him too. What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
So there was all that. I think I wrote it all down. I was like watching it, I was writing it down what I liked. And it's funny, I forget. There was another one. What were the matches on the card? You gotta remind me.
Dude, I don't know. It was like Bayley, Alexa Bliss, the ones I talked about. The opener was Becky and Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
There was Kofi.
Fuck it. I agree. Yeah, I agree. The fucking 2 tag team matches were fucking sick because you know what really set them apart is they look like they wanted to win.
Yep.
And that's a big thing. And yeah, my least favorite are those same matches. Like, you know what? Fucking people. I've actually witnessed people saying that Lacey Evans is getting better. It's like I see her missing her spots. You know, I see her missing where she should be. I think she sucks. The one good thing is when Baron Corbin announced his special referee, it was her. And it was like, fucking can't hit this bitch with a fucking chair, right? So that was cool. But, I mean...
Until the match
started. And,
shit.
Look, man, I think this is the second pay-per-view in a row where Kofi's Kingston... No. Well, I don't count... Yeah, okay, let's count it. Since Super Slowdown, this is the second pay-per-view in a row where both champions have put on duds. You can even go back further to the one before that. Was it Backlash? Where Kofi and KO, they put on a shitty fucking match. And, you know, AJ and Fucknuts, they put on a good match because it's AJ. But their champions are not book strong at all. Like, he barely beat Corbin in Saudi Arabia, and he barely beat him at Stomping Grounds. But all in all, really, I mean, out of 3 matches that I didn't like, more than half of it was a good show. So,
I agree.
Okay. So then on Monday Night Raw, we got the return of The Undertaker. Now that's good shit, done. That's such good shit. It's not good shit.
It's not good shit.
No, man. I've had better shits in the morning than that shit.
Tim Hortons.
I've yelled at Sam, this is such good shit. And I call her into the bathroom and I say, Sam, look what Daddy made.
You're like, Sam, get the pooper scooper.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we need to preserve it. And then one day it turns into Bono.
Oh, yeah.
So okay, Monday Night Raw, look, you have Ricochet losing a non-title match the day after he wins. You have Samoa Joe attacking. Samoa Joe getting a title shot for losing. And you have The Undertaker. Those are my 3 things. Obviously, they're in a ratings slump. We can go on the ratings. They were barely over 2.2 million. SmackDown was barely over 1.98, I think.
Cool.
So the ratings suck, obviously. Ow, motherfucker, my knee. Look, The Undertaker hasn't been a draw for 15 years. Why are you going to fucking... It's like bringing back Stone Cold Steve Austin and doing like the beer truck thing again. If it's not announced, people aren't going to know to turn in, man. Simple. So now we have Undertaker helping Scrotum Pains. For what? These two literally got into a fight over whose yard it is, and now they're sharing the yard.
It's both of their yards, essentially.
Sharing is caring.
It is. Both are Vince's dogs, and he has to love them both the same. So they both get 1/2 of a yard, which is a ring, a WWE ring.
Do you think there's like a line painted down the middle?
I think there's an imaginary line painted down the middle.
Like, Undertaker, this line represents your side of the yard. Roman, this is your side of the yard. I love you, Roman. You can't do anything wrong. I imagine that's how he talks to him.
Probably.
Roman Reigns is like Vince McMahon's newest Shawn Michaels, you know?
Yeah. But he's not, but I don't know, from what I hear, he's not really politicking in the back, which is good.
He doesn't need to politic because McMahon does it for him. Like I heard Meltzer say, he's like, yeah, I got a ton of calls, or I ran into a ton of WWE guys, and they're all calling AEW. He's like, everybody except Roman Reigns. He's happy. Well, no shit. He's fucking, the guy has, they're like, yeah, he sells the most merch. I doubt that, mind you. But it's easy to sell the most merch when you have fucking 35 shirts and the next guy has 1. You know what I mean? It's stupid. Like, compare the sales of each shirt, and then you'll see that Roman Reigns isn't all that he's cracked up to be. Nah.
Kids. It's all kids' shirts.
I don't even know where it came from with the kids. Like, they used to boo the shit out of them. I think it's the cancer thing, man.
Well, it's also kids. When I was a kid, I was a Hulk Hogan.
Before the cancer, the kids weren't fucking cheering him as much.
Yeah, maybe it was. I don't know. Well, he was also in that Nickelodeon, that movie with The Rock, or I don't know. They were pushing all that shit too. Regardless,
Like
the kids
the
like the guy.
Well, kids are stupid, all right?
Yeah. Some of them.
Let me try something.
I was when I was a kid. I liked Hulk Hogan.
You still are. You're the stupidest man I know.
Fucking lax. We're gonna attack one another here. We're gonna attack one another.
How's
You just
that? Is that better?
Molson Canadian.
Hey,
You're
is that
drinking
better?
Molson Canadian. You're on me about being stupid.
Is that better?
Better?
Is that better?
Better.
The camera angle. Fuck.
It's fine.
Yeah, is that better? Hold on. Fuck. Gotta move my Molson Canadian.
Yeah. Tim Hortons. Molson Canadian.
All right. It gets my good side. Hey, ladies. Anyway, so what didn't you like about Raw?
Well, yeah, I made a video with it in it.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
fine. I didn't like the fact that Samoa, like, what do you got to do? Like, Samoa Joe loses and gets a title match. I thought it was fucking ridiculous because they didn't mention it on Raw. He's getting a title match, but I knew it was coming on SmackDown. And I was like, that's ridiculous. And then they had like,
What's on SmackDown?
Yeah. I didn't watch SmackDown.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the outs with this WWE shit. But yeah, essentially everything that you were saying. The Ricochet thing I thought was stupid. It was a good match, but it's like,
yeah, it was.
I don't know where they go. AJ's already got the win, so what are they feuding those two against each other for the U.S. title?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, I think, like, Vince has his new policy of no wrestling during commercials. Did you know that? Were you in the loop with that?
Yeah, I knew that.
That's why they have so many elimination matches and like 2 out of 3 falls. That's why, like, during that match when the club came out, he stopped the match. He's like, "You guys go back. You guys go back." And then they totally restarted the match. It's stupid.
Yeah.
So I guess we're in agreement. There's not much of a podcast if we agree about everything.
Well, you know what they're doing as well? Like, they're asking people in between, like in the commercial breaks, they're like asking fans questions. And there's a video of this kid, and they asked him, like, "Who's your favorite wrestler?" And they're expecting like Roman Reigns or John Cena. Yeah. And he said CM Punk. And then they created like a CM Punk chant, and then also created like an AEW chant. And then when they came back from the commercial, it was CM Punk.
Yeah, no, they can't like they have to realize that their product isn't as good as the others. And if AEW somehow gets CM Punk on board, WWE's fucked, man.
They're in trouble, yeah.
And they're already offering CM Punk lots of money. And he keeps turning it down.
AEW, right?
No. WWE is offering.
Yeah, he's not going back there.
No, he hates them.
Yeah, which he should. And especially seeing now, like, everybody leaking what's going on in there now. Like, why the fuck would anybody want to go there?
Which makes that whole... Okay, let's before we get into that part I was just about to get into. Okay, SmackDown. You didn't watch it. I'll just paraphrase the stupid bits. New Day came out acting like idiots. Like I said, get those fucking guys away from Kofi. Because, honestly, I'm moving this thing again.
No.
Man. Alright. Much better. At least you can see me. So, I would say, that was my paper towel. Don't hate.
No, man, it's fine. It's hilarious.
So, anyway.
That's our production value we have here at MJF Wrestling.
That's
A
right.
paper towel holding a cell phone? Is that what it was?
What's that?
You got a paper towel holding up a cell phone? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's not a cell phone, man. It's a fucking webcam.
Oh, sure. Cool.
Yeah, man. It has its own little tripod.
Nice.
But what I was thinking of doing...
Well, I gotta tell you, that tripod's gonna try a little harder. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's a try not. So... they need to get them the fuck away from him because they're stealing his thunder, and every time fucking Big E is throwing pancakes out of his fucking trousers, and every time fucking Xavier Woods is blowing that goddamn horn, it just delegitimizes fucking Kofi Kingston's title reign and what he accomplished. Like, they're taking what he accomplished as what they accomplished, and it's not what they accomplished, it's what he accomplished. So
I'm going to retort.
I'm going
to retort because Kofi Kingston doesn't have enough charisma to have that title by himself.
Are you sure?
100%.
Because all he has to say is, I'm the WWE champion, baby!
Yeah, but he needs hype men. He needs his Nate Dogg.
I don't know. He says, baby, on his own.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, but not enough charisma for me.
So, would you be against them turning on him?
Yeah. And I'd also be against Kofi losing the title, too.
I don't think he should lose the title. What I think is they should turn on him and say, look, motherfucker, we delivered you that title, even though they didn't. And they could get a good 2, maybe 3 months out of that feud, man. First, it could be Woods. He doesn't get the job done. And they're like, that's it. We're going to call him the big gun. Big E comes in. He can't get the job done. And then Shane, being Shane, stacks the deck and is like, hey, what's up, Cincinnati? Yeah, I dance. Money, money, money. It's going to be a 3-way, triple threat. All 3 of the New Day. And then they can fight, beat the shit out of each other, right? Right? And then at the end, they decide to hug it out because their friendship is more important than a title. Bam!
You can go that way. You can go that way.
I just think that they need to keep the rest of the New Day away from their title. It's not theirs. But anyway,
they'll probably do is they'll probably put the tag team titles on the New Day, and then they're all draped in gold.
Yeah,
and then keep this going for another year. And I'm already sick of it.
That would be fucking a nightmare, man. All 3 of them coming out in gold.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So anyway,
then they change the titles to pancakes. They change the titles to pancakes, and they have that on the titles.
Yeah, it would look worse than the 24/7 title.
Good TV. It's good TV there.
Yeah, it's funny because people are like, the 24/7 title segments are the best on TV, and it's like, no, it's not. Probably the best guy on TV is R-Truth because he's funny, but the segments where all the jobbers are chasing him, they're not great, man. Like, no. That's not what the 24/7 rule was back in the day. It involved actual fighting and wrestling. This is just like if you fucking put Benny Hinn fucking music.
Benny Hill?
Huh?
Benny Hill?
Benny Hill, that's what I said. Did I say Hinn? Yeah, I did. I meant Benny Hill. Sorry. I just woke up. I just woke up from a lorazepam nap. So,
nice.
Yeah, I was fucking I've been running around since 6 a.m. So, and anyway, if they put Benny Hill music on while all those fucking jobbers are chasing him around the ring, just imagine it. It wouldn't be out of place. In fact,
No.
It would be better. I think we should do it.
Do you find that Vince McMahon is like trying to incorporate the Attitude Era, but all the shitty parts that was the Attitude Era? Because that 24/7 thing is very Attitude Era, and the Becky Lynch fucking Seth Rollins thing to me, and the Lacey Evans Baron Corbin thing, that was kind of Attitude Era booking to me.
Sure, but I mean,
The shitty part.
Here's the thing: he doesn't have Vince Russo. People can talk all they want about Vince Russo, but it was Vince Russo and his crazy ideas with McMahon being the filter that made the Attitude Era. You know, they often talk about what started the Attitude Era. What started the Attitude Era for you?
For me, what was it? Oh, it was like the screw job.
Yeah, no, not me. For me, it was the day before WrestleMania on fucking Raw. It was, I forget who the champion was, The Undertaker or Sid Vicious. And what led up to it was a year after the Iron Man match. And they were supposed to have a rematch, Shawn and fucking Brett. And Shawn was like, I'm not dropping the title to Brett. I injured my back. So they had to get the title off of him. I think this is the time frame. And he actually hurt his back in a casket match because karma's a bitch. So Bret Hart wrestled who was it? Psycho Sid in a cage match for the title. And his opponent was Stone Cold, and this was right before their 5-star match with the fucking, sharpshooter, blood and all that. And he wanted Bret to win because he wanted a title match, right? And Undertaker came in and screwed Bret. And this is when, because at the time nobody knew McMahon was the owner, he was just an announcer. This was the first time that anybody ever fucking physically assaulted Vince McMahon and let everybody know he was the owner. So Bret went on a fucking tirade, swearing on TV, saying, "This is all bullshit. Everybody screws me. They're bullshit. You're bullshit." And he looked at McMahon. He goes, "And you're bullshit." And this was after McMahon's like, "Talking the mic, Bret," and he grabbed the mic and he just fucking threw him down. He's like, "You're fucking bullshit." To me, that was the beginning of the Attitude Era. And it was also the beginning of the America versus Canada shit, which was, like, people don't remember just how hot of an angle that was, man.
Yeah, that was good TV.
God, that shit was hot. You had people that were heroes in the rest of the world and villains in America. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But that was the beginning of it. And to answer your question, yeah, I see him trying to bring back parts of the Attitude Era, but he can't do it, right?
It's already been done.
It's not that it's already been done. He has corporate overlords that are like, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. So he's trying to push the envelope as far as he can, but that envelope being pushed isn't even being pushed to the limit. It's not push it to the limit. Yeah.
No one left to stand in your way, Baba. You know what's funny is that I was listening to a Chris D'Elia podcast, and he's listening to that. So it's like I was listening to this Chris D'Elia podcast, and he's like, "I bet you an Italian wrote that song." And he starts like, he's like, now we're taking it to the limit. And he's like, let's go farther than the limit or whatever. And then he searches it, and it was actually an Italian who wrote the fucking song.
We wrote all the great music in the 80s. All the great music from the movies.
Yeah. Well, actually, Daft Punk, they did a song dedicated to that guy because that guy created the click track. His name was Giorgio.
You know what? You know a song I love from Rocky? From Rocky 4.
Sorry, we can't go a podcast still talking about fucking Rocky.
Yeah. But,
you're living it.
Okay. Do you remember the montage after Apollo dies? And then Rocky goes to his statue and he's all mad and he throws his fucking helmet at the. No, wait. That was part 3. He goes to the. He goes to the statue and he's just like thinking about Apollo and he gets in his fucking Ferrari and he starts driving and he's listening to Hearts on Fire.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Rocky song.
Dude, I was playing that the other day at work just to get us all pumped up.
What, Hearts on Fire?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
Hearts on Fire. Yeah.
Well, how's it go? Hearts on Fire. What's the next lyric?
Cool desire. Something within. Do. Hearts on. Oh, now you're searching it.
Yeah. Hearts on Fire.
Yeah, man. Fucking Cool Whip desire.
Hold on. Fuck you, advertisement. Why can't I skip you?
I don't know. YouTube.
They'll let me skip a Steven Crowder fucking video.
Yeah. We should have did this. Dude, next time, like, so for the next one we do,
we're listening to it. I don't care. Fuck the internet. My soul!
Yeah.
And look who it is.
Hot.
Fucking hot.
So this would be a piss break for most people.
Huh?
This would be a piss break for most people. Like, oh my god, it's like a women's match. They're going through a Rocky song. Oh, okay. I can take a piss. I know what's going on here. But yeah, Apollo Creed died. That was insane. That was poor booking, I think.
I think it was great booking because, dude, if you watch not every Rocky, but pretty well every Rocky after Rocky 2, somebody dies.
Yep.
Mickey dies in Rocky 3. Apollo dies in Rocky 4. His bank account dies in Rocky 5. Adrian is dead in Rocky Balboa, and Rocky has cancer in Creed. So that's pretty much a death sentence.
Yeah. Poor book.
Shit.
What are you shitting about? What's going on here?
Trying to find something.
Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, who gives a fuck what happened on SmackDown? What about Fyter Fest? Let's go.
Oh, no, but hold on. SmackDown. So, like, Joe wasn't on it. And somehow, fucking Dolph Ziggler weasels his way into a match that if he wins against Kofi, he gets into the match. He lost, but it was like, all right, go back to catering. You served your, I don't know, purpose. Yeah. So, Fyter Fest, did you like it?
I did, for the most part, yeah.
What didn't you like?
The fucking librarian shtick.
Yeah, no one did.
Yeah, I thought that was foolish. I didn't like that. Yeah. Everything else, yeah. What else? Yeah, everything else is pretty good. The three-way,
great, man.
The three-way match with the women were fucking great, man. Those chicks, the two Japanese girls,
man.
Oh,
they're like straight up anime chicks.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome.
You can hear it, right? Like, if you ever watched an anime, and I know you have, when they're powering up, they're like, they do that shit, and I love it. And they come out, like, the chick comes out fucking dressed like she's going to war, in an anime. Love it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. Nyla Rose, that's cool.
Yep. But Yuka and Riho, those are the guys. They stole the show. They really did. Well, with that match.
Yeah.
Yuka and Riho.
I also like the triple threat tag match.
Yeah, it was fucking great too.
And I'm glad the best friends won.
Yeah.
Because like a big thing is people have been talking about how AEW is just going to be the executive producers basically beating up on all their friends. And it's like, that totally proved them wrong, right? Because fucking SoCal lost, and then Christopher Daniels lost, and Cody Rhodes went to a draw, which
I like.
Allen look like the champ, right?
Yeah.
You know who he's named after?
Who, Darby Allin?
Yeah.
Oh, I should know this. Isn't he named after the guy who did the bank robbery?
No, man. I'm not sure, but I think he's named after Gigi Allen.
Oh, Gigi Allen. Okay.
Yeah, fucking scat man. But he's good, man.
He's great.
And then you had that sick fucking 6-man tag with the Elite. Somebody said, JD said, oh, there's too many high spots. I'm like, dude, it's Lucha Libre. You have luchadors in there. Their matches are all high spots.
Yep.
You know what I mean? What did you think of Joey Janela and Moxley?
It was good. This is the stuff he should have been doing WWE. He couldn't do it, right? But like the barbed wire, that kind of stuff, like I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Especially at the end. Like I thought it was great, man. Like
Dave Meltzer,
they're doing stuff that they can't do, like the WWE can't do, because you say before they have like sponsors and stuff like that. These guys come in and like, this is wrestling. This is what wrestling. There's always like there's a death match or something like that. They covered all the bases, man, in this show. They really did.
Dave Meltzer said something about not being much of a build. I'm like, you didn't need a build.
No.
You didn't need a build. You had Joey Janela that's always said, I want to die in the ring. And then you had a psychotic like fucking Moxley that's like, okay, I'll give that to you. And they fucking went out and beat the shit out of each other. You know what I really like? Moxley wasn't wearing his shorts. So I feel like in crazy matches, like the one with Janela, he's going to wear his jeans and shit. But for like serious matches, he'll wear wrestling matches. He'll wear his shorts. But that match was great, man. Janela looked like a fucking star, even though he lost. And then I love that fucking. They
took his shoes off from on the thumbtacks. It's like, oh my god, you can feel it. You can feel that. Like,
I know. It was brutal.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, and I really like.
Well, it brings you back to ECW days, like even the chants too. Like you're a sick motherfucker or something. Like what were they chanting?
I can't remember.
It was something like that. You're fucking sick motherfucker. Something. It was great, man.
What was also cool was that 100-yard fucking dash V trigger that Kenny Omega gave him from all the way down the ramp. I was like, that was awesome. And then he beat the shit out of him, and he was like beating him with drumsticks. And all the while, he's getting beat up, right? And he's smiling. I'm like, okay, that just made that all-out match that much more fucking pumped for that.
Yeah. And they really know the audience, man. The entrance, Kenny Omega and fucking Ryu Ken, like.
Oh yeah, that shit was awesome, man. Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I know that you fucking popped for that hard. You probably did. Big Street Fighter.
As soon as I saw the fucking, I forget the name of the move, but as soon as I saw like the demon fucking shit, and then a guy just laying out with his back turned, I was like, awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And how they started the match too, like round 1, fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like they know their audience. These guys get it. Fuck yeah.
And, considering he didn't get a one-wing angel off in his Jericho match, because remember, I told you a long time ago, Jericho doesn't want to take another one-wing angel.
No.
I told you that's why he's going to win. Anyway, to see it was awesome. By the way, I gave Sam a one-winged angel in a pool yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was sweet. I felt like a big man. And then I realized...
How many Wilson Canadians did you have? How many before you did that one?
What's that?
How many Wilson Canadians did you and her have before she let you do that?
And I was drinking rye and ginger.
What was she drinking? She had to have been drunk to be able to take that.
Dude, she does what I say, okay? She's like, I'm like the modern day Macho Man. She's like Elizabeth.
Cool.
I say, get in there and make kitchen. Get in there and make dinner in the kitchen. And then, no, that's not how it goes. I'm kidding. I'm not an asshole, okay?
Yeah,
huh?
Sam would kick the fuck out of Miss Elizabeth. I agree. I think she would smoke Miss.
And then she would build her a coffin because she's a carpenter.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
She's got skills. A certain set of skills.
Yeah. So, ratings are fucking plummeting. Attendance, I hear there wasn't even 4 or 6,000 people at Stomping Ground.
I heard 6.
6? There was even fewer, I think 3,500 at Raw that paid. They're fucked. They're fucked, bud. They're fucked.
Yep.
Yeah. So, did you hear or read what Kenny Omega said to Vince McMahon?
Because they're putting on that show the same night as Fyter Fest?
Not Fyter Fest, as Fight for the Fallen.
Oh, no. Well, I got the gist, but I didn't go too deep into it.
Well, he deleted it like a pussy. So, they're running Evolve 130 on the network at the same time as Fight for the Fallen. And he accused McMahon of accepting blood money from the Saudis and how he's a piece of shit, essentially, for trying to block a show that is for people that are the recipients of gun violence. And then after that, he deleted it and he said, I said what I had to say, and I've created a toxic environment. And that was the last word I wanted to hear out of Kenny Omega. It's the last word I want to hear out of anybody. Toxic. Fuck off with your fucking 2017, 18, and 19 newspeak, okay, with this toxic bullshit. But he put him on blast, and I think he has a point, right? It's like McMahon carries himself like he has no fear. Well, if you have no fear, why are you trying to counter-program this pissant company, this pissant T-shirt company?
Yeah.
Right?
Essentially what AEW is going to do. They have to take the high road. Let the WWE eat themselves. Because we know, as soon as they start talking shit, they start doing this, and now they're feeding into the WWE cycle of doing things. But just let them do their thing. AEW continue strong. Like, take the high road. Don't comment. None of that fucking shit. Just go at it. Do what you're doing. Everybody loves what you're doing. Just keep doing it. WWE is the ones that...
How about they just unify under this?
The Drive to Surprise sales event is on now at Kia.
How about they just...
Roman Reigns, the guy with the biggest mess. Roman Reigns, the guy who has lots of sex. Roman Reigns.
Dude, you know the words to all this shit.
Roman Reigns, the guy who just doesn't care. Roman Reigns.
I want to know who sings that because he's awesome.
He lives in each of us.
I think that should be our fucking Kenny Omega. I sent him a tweet or an email being like, yo, motherfucker, I want to interview you when you're in London. Like 5 minutes. I'll pay you if you need. And he hasn't gotten back to me.
Do you want me to comment on that?
Sure.
He's a pretty big deal right now, Frank. You could probably get an interview with Scott, I think, for 5 minutes, but I don't know. Maybe that would get cut short because he's kind of busy too.
Which Scott?
Your buddy Scott.
I got more than one buddy Scott.
Oh, well, the Scott Mills.
Okay.
The one who gave you the T-shirt. So interview him. Try to get 5 minutes from him. He's got kids and shit.
Gave me a T-shirt? What are you talking about? Oh, that was Scott Bowman.
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, ditch one of them. Yeah, ditch one of those friends.
I'm going to try again. Okay, so let's get on to fucking Seth Rollins then. What do you got to say about his tweet?
Well, he's a piece of shit. So here's the thing. This is how I look at it. So those two are supposed to be tight friends, right? Mm-hmm. Dean Ambrose been saying nothing, or John Moxley been saying nothing more than that. They're tight friends. You know, those guys wished him well as he walked out the door. Now, here's the thing. Imagine if you and I, right? You and I were doing something like that. Would say we were a tag team, and you left.
Wait. You left the province, and I didn't shit on you for it.
Exactly. So that goes back to...
We were closer friends than they ever were.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, he leaves, and then all of a sudden, like, but he never talked shit about Seth. He just talked about shit about the process. But now Seth is, like, talking shit about him. And it's fucking bullshit. And you know it's Vince McMahon's words coming out of his mouth? Or at least you think.
Worse.
You're hoping.
It makes it worse.
Because he doesn't have any fucking balls.
Yeah.
You know? It's just really disgusting.
His whole, I'm the best wrestler. No, you're not. You're not even close, man. You're maybe in the top 15.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm counting. Like, people will say, WWE has the best collection of talent. No, man. New Japan does. You know, you look at Okada, Tanahashi, Naito, even Goto, Ibushi, fucking Takahashi, Will Ospreay, Minoru Suzuki for what he brings, because he brings realism. Shingo, fucking, who else? There's others, but not off the top of my head. Anyway, those are 9 guys. And you know what? And John Moxley. He puts on better matches now that he's not tied down. So it's like, you're not the best wrestler. And then you can add guys from AEW. Like, you're better than Kenny Omega? Fuck off. You copied Kenny Omega's moves.
Dude,
you know?
You're Phoenix?
Yeah. Nah. And like, on top of that, he's like, what did Dave Meltzer call him? A mixture of Tanahashi and Okada.
I don't see that. I don't see the Tanahashi Okada.
I see Tanahashi with all the sling blades.
A little bit. But his sling blades are horrible. Seth Rollins' sling blades are the worst. I think Tanahashi does the best ones because he jumps up, grabs them, and goes. Seth Rollins just jumps at him, and you can tell it doesn't look right. He just spins around and clotheslines him.
He jumps around.
Just do a clothesline. That's it.
Yeah.
Finn Balor too. He has weak fucking sling blades too. So yeah, I don't know. In the ring, in WWE, he's not even the best in WWE. Like AJ Styles is way fucking better than Seth Rollins. I would say if they actually let those two go.
Buddy Murphy, man. Buddy Murphy's better than him too.
Yeah, but they don't give him a chance.
You know.
Don't know why.
Well, because he's not 260 pounds, done.
Yeah, well, Seth Rollins is not. I don't think he's 200 pounds.
No. I mean, remember, there's
part of
only
the
a
Shield.
certain level that guys can get to because they don't want them to be better than Roman, right? Okay, so, yeah, I agree. I think he's a little bitch. And I've always liked Seth Rollins, but you know what? Here's the thing. Comic book artists, actors, producers, athletes, WWE entertainers, corporate executives, they've all gotten into the habit of insulting fans. Well, here's the thing, you fucking retard. You want us to be passionate about your product. Well, when we're passionate about it, you have to take the good with the bad. If our passion is, yeah, rah, 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 you're amazing, cool, they accept it. But if our passion is, this sucks, you need to do better, they're fucking against it. Right? Accept the passion of the fans for what it is.
Yeah.
Don't bitch about it.
What about constructive criticism, right?
Exactly. And like,
yeah.
and another thing is like, people defend, be like, that's just his opinion. Look, Colby Lopez would not have the following he has if it wasn't for his verification checkmark on Twitter and WWE in his bio. You take those two things away, and his millions of fucking followers dwindles down to maybe 200. So if you want to spread your fucking personal opinion, then get rid of those things and talk all the shit you want. But as of right now, you are a representative of the WWE. And if the WWE is fine with the way he's talking about fans, then that's just indicative of how the WWE thinks of us. Because, like, don't forget, man, or I'm saying this to fucking goddamn Seth Rollins, it's a business, and the money we pay towards your business pays your salary. So don't insult the people that pay your fucking salary. You goddamn idiot. Like, Becky
He's
Lynch.
at a position now where
What?
he's at a position now being the champion. He got fucking pushed to the moon in the last year because Roman went out with cancer last year. But you know what's going to happen? Roman's going to get the title, and Seth's going to be a lackey again. And guess what? Seth's going to be doing the same shit that Jon Moxley did. He's going to be splitting, and all those words are going to come back to him to fucking haunt him in the end.
Well, it depends if Roman becomes champion on Raw or SmackDown. So, also, oddly enough, I guess, I don't know if it's happened yet, but Fox is having a meeting with the WWE about the failing ratings of SmackDown. So Vince preemptively hired Eric Bischoff to be like, look, we got Eric Bischoff. He's such good shit. He'll turn it around. You think he's going to turn it around?
No.
No, why not?
He's been out of the game for 20 fucking years, man.
Yeah. And
Like, they need something new. They don't need to just regurgitate shit. They need something new.
Yeah.
Like I sent a text to you. Is like, what they have to do is they have to build new characters, because the rosters they have now, they have to get rid of 80% of them. And then they have to focus on fucking actually booking new guys and making them look strong.
Yeah. They have well over 200 guys.
Yeah, like Samoa Joe's ruined. Drew McIntyre's already ruined. These guys should have been strong heels coming out of fucking NXT.
Stars, man.
They should have been stars. Like, there's rumors going backstage, like Samoa Joe just going through the fucking motions. Like, he just doesn't care anymore.
Well, because
he's collecting a paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. Matt Riddle's got some heat too.
Over the Goldberg thing.
Not just that, but just his general comments.
Yeah. So he should probably split.
I agree.
Right.
Like, I don't want to see everybody in AEW.
By
the way, what did you see that chair shot from Sean Spears on Cody?
Yeah, he hit the back of his head.
Dude, they said the chair was gimmicked, but he still got 14 staples in his head.
Yeah.
So
because he hit him in the back of the head.
yeah.
If you look at it, he comes back like whack, like he slides like that, and he hits him in the back of the head rather than the front.
But yeah,
I think that
Anyway.
shit should.
I think you're right. I think, but here I'm gonna lay this out. Eric Bischoff has always been a hack. Okay, if you talk to old wrestlers and old executives, they all say the same thing. He was a piece of shit. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing. So if you look at the NWO, that's the only thing that fucking guy did. And he did it at the expense of everyone else. The NWO became the same size as the WCW roster. And he buried every young talent. Name one young guy in the NWO.
David Flair.
No, was he in the NWO?
He was for a little bit, wasn't he?
I can't remember.
I think a hiccup.
Dave
I don't know.
Arquette. Oh wait, that was Vince Russo. But look at
Yeah.
it this way. Isn't that just a rehashed idea on a higher, like a larger scale than the Four Horsemen? Four Horsemen took all the gold. It's like the Four Horsemen, only it's like the fucking 32 Horsemen, right? So I don't find him terribly original. And
Wasn't the NWO like Scott Hall, Nash, and Hogan's idea? Like, weren't they the actual bookers? This is what I've been gathering
No,
from all these.
they had his
conversations.
ear. They had his ear, but I guess
Yeah.
that's the idea. But they were also doing shit like that in Japan, where rival companies would invade like New Japan, and he got the idea of that. So he's not original.
No.
Now Paul Heyman, people are fucking peeing in their pants about it, but like, look, Paul Heyman has had his first he ran ECW, and people put on their fucking nostalgia glasses, and they're like, yeah, he ran that company into the ground. He went bankrupt. He failed to pay his wrestlers. He made a side deal where Vince McMahon was bankrolling the whole fucking thing. So not exactly a high point on his career. Second, he was the leader. He was like basically the head booker for SmackDown. It started strong with the SmackDown 6, right? With Edge and Mysterio and Benoit and fucking Angle and Los Guerreros. But as that ended and Brock Lesnar came into picture, that went to shit too. And then he had the opportunity to resurrect ECW. And that fucking quickly went to shit, right? December to December. And people always blame it on Vince McMahon. Well, guess what? These two assholes still have to answer to Vince McMahon. So if Vince doesn't like their ideas, then he's going to be like, hey, you know what's some good shit? If some guy in a monkey suit came down and won the World Heavyweight Championship, that would be good shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I have no faith in it. I have no faith in it.
Neither.
You know, there's guys like Kurt Bauer and I can't think of any others right now because it's early for me still. But like Kurt Bauer runs MLW, right? And if you like watch interviews with wrestlers, especially Teddy Hart, he says that guy is a fucking genius when it comes to booking. Look for new guys. Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah.
He's the guy who came up with the list. Yeah, he's the guy who came up with the list. That's been the most over thing in the last 5 years. And you fire him for taking a picture? Make him the fucking head writer. And watch the show get better. Or what's his name? Don Callis. Don Callis he knows the ebb and flow of wrestling. You know, Impact may not have the audience, but they sure beat the shit out of Raw, man, on content-wise. So.
Yeah, if he had that roster to play with, man, he'd be doing some good stuff.
Yeah.
But all like Vince just got to take it. It would be like Vince. It would be nice to see Vince step back for 6 months and just see what it would become. Let him focus on the XFL. Let him focus on the XFL for the 6 months. See how it comes. See how the ratings go, and then just go from there. But I know it's Vince McMahon's baby, and he'll fucking live and die by it.
You know, another thing is, you got to feel for Triple H a little bit. You know, he's been the heir apparent for years now. I mean, people do. I don't, because I think he's a fucking money pit. You know, he keeps losing money with NXT hand over fist. And I don't trust anybody that was a part of the clique. Sorry. Just not happening. So, okay. I think we covered just about everything in wrestling. Oh, hey. Io Shirai turned heel.
Did she?
Yeah, man. She turned
on
heel.
Wednesday?
Yeah. She had a match with Shayna Baszler in a cage match, and she lost. And Candice LeRae came to help her, and she fucking turned heel. And she had this great smile on her face. She's waifu material, buddy. I'd have a body pillow of her.
Yeah, she's amazing. That's my girl.
Same with fucking Kairi Sane.
Yeah, Kairi Sane's cute, but I think Io Shirai for me.
Dude, you could give me Io Shirai or Kairi Sane or Asuka, and I would love to have them in my harem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. All they need is like little kitty cat ears, like in anime. Maybe a tail. Like, fucking move that tail over and do cat style.
Could you imagine if AEW got those 3 women, what they would do with them, considering what they're doing with the 2 Japanese girls they have now? They know how to book them. Fucking get over there.
Well, that's because of Kenny, right?
Yeah.
Because Kenny has an appreciation for Japanese wrestling, and the fans do. The fucking fans do, man. He just showed that the fucking fans do. So, now that the wrestling shit's over, what's the other stuff?
The other stuff?
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying,
What
I was watching Running Man.
Oh, Running Man.
Running Man the other day.
Yeah.
And it's been fucking, I don't know, 20 years since I've seen it.
Yeah, what was her name? Elizabeth Estrada? Was that her name?
I think so.
She was hot.
I don't remember her name. Yeah, she was hot.
Estrada.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cute. Yeah, good choice putting her in those spandex, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good choice. Arnold's one-liners.
Arnold in those spandex.
Dude, Arnold's one-liners are the best out of any movie in Running Man, I think. I think they're fucking great. It's like when they're in the airport, and then she's like, and he's wearing the Hawaiian shirt, and she's like, you got to be careful because like I puke when I fly. He's like, it will match the shirt.
What did he say after he beat Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero? He's like, this is Sub-Zero.
Didn't he say
this is Sub-Zero? More like Plane Zero.
Is that what he said? I thought he said chill out.
Yeah, he said chill out, but then he said to screen that, and then the other one was like Buzzsaw. They're like, what happened to Buzzsaw? We had to split.
Yeah.
Dude,
but my favorite is I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm gonna ram it into your stomach and rip out your goddamn spine. That's
and he grabs his back.
Like Jesse Ventura in it. That was great.
Yeah. Still entertaining. Fucking 20 years later, still.
About Jesse Ventura.
Which story? The sniper one? With the sniper guy?
No. Jesse Ventura. He tried to unionize all the wrestlers, and Hulk Hogan ratted on him apparently. So, yeah. So then, this is why he hates Hogan to this day. So Jesse left, and he went and he became an actor for the sole purpose of getting into the screen actors. I forget the exact name, but the Screen Actors the Screen Actors Guild, and then he went back. But because he was in a union, Vince had to follow the union rules. That's why Vince was not shook up when he fired him and sent him over to WCW.
Mm.
So what other movies?
Hogan. Fucking Hulk Hogan. What a little bitch, eh?
Yeah, Hogan's a bitch, man.
Of course, he didn't want to be unionized because he was the only one getting pushed at the time.
Well, that's it, right? The guys at the top don't want the union. I mean, I'm not a union guy, period. But I do think in wrestling, they do need a union because, you know, they have all the responsibilities of employees, but none of the benefits, right?
In WWE.
Just about any fucking wrestling company. I think AEW is different. Well, they're independent contractors, right?
Yeah. But they actually get, like, their medical paid for and shit like that.
Where?
At AEW.
In AEW, sure, but not in WWE.
Yeah, not WWE. No, WWE, they treat their employees like dogs. Just another number, which is like just pushing a number now.
Yeah. So what other Arnie movies did you watch?
Oh, that was the only one that I've seen in the last little bit. It was great. Fucking love Running Man.
I think I'm gonna watch. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna watch Last Action Hero.
See if it holds up.
It never held up. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna watch. True Lies.
Yeah. Okay. I was never. I like the '80s ones.
I want to watch True Lies because what's her flip in it? Jamie Lee Curtis and her fucking smoking body.
Yeah, she was in her prime then.
Yeah, you know, I heard she was a hermaphrodite.
Yeah, I heard that shit.
But I don't think it's true.
No, man. Well, she was in her bra and panties in that.
Yeah, they cut it off at birth, regardless. I just don't think it was true. Okay. Have you seen Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd?
Oh, it's years. Oh,
early '80s.
Yeah. I did watch it once. Yeah.
And it had Jamie Lee Curtis in it, and she's a fucking whore. She's a prostitute. And you see her titties in it.
Oh, you see her titties in it.
Oh yeah, man, they're fantastic.
Yeah, no, she's built, man. She's definitely a built chick.
Oh
she looks great.
Even with that fucking man-hating lesbian haircut, yeah.
She rocks it. She was the first, one of the first.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So rapid fire time. Rapid fire. Where's Kawhi signing?
Clippers.
Okay. Will Mitch Marner be offer sheeted?
By whom?
By anyone.
Yes.
Other than Toronto.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think he's going to be offer sheeted at?
Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Well, there's a thing. If they offer sheet him at $10.58 million or below, or $10.85 million, it's two first round, 1 second, 1/3. If it's higher than that, it's 4 first rounds. So there's kind of a cap on it. So third rapid fire. If he is offer sheeted, because Dubas said there's no guarantee that they'll match. If he was offer sheeted at say 10.58, would Toronto match it?
No.
Really?
I don't think so.
He's making $1 million less than Matthews, and he's scoring more points than him.
I just don't think that they will. Okay,
but they're not bringing back Gardner. They traded away Marlowe. They're trading away Zaitsev. and probably Brown to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be enough cap space, and they just re-signed. Kapanen and Johansson.
Yeah, well, that was the Marlowe thing. They got rid of Marlowe and got the cap space
Isn't that
for
awesome?
Johnson.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
right?
That is
So
good.
if they get rid of Brown, who comes up?
Who comes up?
Brocco.
Bro, I wish we had Levo. Wish we wouldn't have got rid of.
Fuck Levo, man.
I like Levo.
The guy's condition is shit. Like, Babcock gave him every opportunity, and he would come in and score a goal, but he's not the type of player that can play 82 games at that point in his career. Maybe now, but at that point he couldn't. So there's big rumors that Duchesne might sign in Montreal. You think that's going to happen?
Matt Duchesne in Montreal. He's in Colorado now, isn't he? Or is he Ottawa?
Columbus. Well, he was.
He was in Ottawa. Went to Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where is he on the age? Where is he about with his age? 27?
Yeah, 27 to 30.
Okay, yeah. So he's not. He wants to go to a. Yeah, maybe. Duchesne, Montreal. Yeah, I could see that.
You think he'd want to go there and pay all their taxes?
We're getting into taxes now.
Dude,
I don't know.
If you go to Montreal, you're paying at least fucking 45-50% of your wage in tax.
Well, then maybe not.
Okay.
Fuck about that.
So, that Russian kid from, I forget what team, won the MVP of the tournament, or of the league. Who was it? From Washington or Tampa? From Tampa.
Yeah.
Kuznetsov? Kucherov. I always have a hard time with Russian names because they all sound the same. I'm a racist against Russians. Anyway, so this is the second year in a row where Connor McDavid wasn't the MVP. Is he the best player in the league?
In my eyes, no.
No? Who's better than him?
I still think Sid.
Yeah.
Still think Sid.
This is going to be controversial, but I think Marner is better than him. And I'll tell you why. Because he plays 4 or 5 minutes less a game than he does. If they played the same minutes, I can almost guarantee you get the same amount of points. And not only that, but Marner is much more, like, his total game is better. Like, there's no question that McDavid has the speed and he can think really, really fast, but his defense sucks. And when he gets into the zone and they get into the cycle, he's not that good. He's a rush player. Whereas when you look at Marner, that guy can do everything. He can beat you off the rush. He can beat you in your zone. He can beat you on the power play. He can penalty kill. He's great at defense. I think he's a more complete player.
And he competes too.
Yeah.
He compete level, and he's fucking so smart, man.
Yeah.
Like you'll just sit there and watch, and it'll be like a little thing. You watch him play, just like a little pass.
Yeah.
Or just like a little thing. You're like, that kid, fuck, man, that kid's smart. His hockey sense is through the roof.
So,
but McDavid too, and also like McDavid, he doesn't have a style for longevity. I see Pavel Bure when I see McDavid. I think McDavid's better than Bure ever was.
I don't think he's
but
as fast
just
as
that
Bure.
speed alone, that rush, just like.
You think he's faster than Bure?
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
From line to line?
It's a faster league.
Yeah, I know, but still, like,
and he's like
got to account that the equipment helps quite a bit. You put Bure in today's league with the fucking aerodynamic equipment they have now. I don't know, man. They didn't call the Russian rocket for no reason. But you're right. He is a Pavel Bure.
Yeah. You know who would do really well in today's league? Fucking Paul Correa.
Yeah.
I always like Paul Correa.
You know who else would do really well in today's league? Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky plays it down, and he's like, "Oh, these guys are better than me." And deep in his mind, he knows that he's better than them all.
Not now.
Oh yeah, he is. Not at his age.
He's like 60.
Yeah, but in his prime, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You
Mewtwo.
take those brown, ugly skates off of them and those big, baggy jerseys, and you put them in today's fucking league with today's equipment, with today's two-piece sticks or one-piece stick. Are they two-piece or one?
They're one piece.
One piece, yeah. With like a fucking 77 flex, dude would be fucking killing it, man.
He has to keep two things. He has to keep the metal Easton stick that he made popular for a time, and they also have to keep the McDonald's playing card that he had, the one that was like silver. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Bring that back.
The holographic one.
Yeah, the holographic one. We love that shit as kids. So
here's
I think that's worth a pretty penny.
Here's something I've been hearing, that Michael Jordan faced weak competition.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, you think it's bullshit? I think it's bullshit.
I think the players are better now. They're more skillful now.
Yeah, but back then they played as a team.
Oh yeah. There's no defense now. It's like you can. How many uncontested shots have LeBron hit this year? Like you never see when he goes up for a dunk. There's nobody trying to block it.
Yeah.
Ever.
And like, let's put it this way. Here, let's consult Google. Let's consult Google. How many games did Michael Jordan play?
1,072.
Okay,
According to
1,072.
Because Michael Jordan played 1,072 regular season games.
Shut up, bitch. How many games has LeBron James played?
Here's what I have for LeBron James.
1,198.
games.
So over 100 extra games. And he's still going to go, right? And Michael Jordan was never chasing championships, right? Like, people like to call the Bulls a fucking super team. They weren't a super team.
No, they weren't.
No, man. Like, I guess, like, Jordan was there when Pippen was there. Pippen was not as good as he got in the 90s, right? Because the bad boys were beating the shit out of both of them. And because it was Jordan versus the Pistons, right? But as soon as Pippen became the player he was, all of a sudden they swept and they went on that run.
Well, here's the thing too. Pippen came in, I think he was drafted 15th overall, right?
Yeah.
Pippen came in, but you're also missing another key component of that draft was Horace Grant. Horace Grant got drafted to the Bulls the same year Pippen did, and then they had a good foundation. So that comes down to good drafting, but it also comes down to competitive practices too. Pippen wouldn't have been as good. He wouldn't have been as good if he didn't have to practice and play against Michael Jordan every single day. No fucking way.
You're right.
No way.
And
he made all those guys better.
Lest we forget that after Jordan actually retired and Pippen went out on his own, he never won shit.
He did have a good record, though, and he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
No. I'm not talking about when he went to play baseball. I'm talking about when he actually retired.
Yeah. He joined a super team.
Exactly. And they did shit. And then he went to Portland,
which is another super team in my eyes.
He did shit. So my point is, there were super teams. The Bulls weren't one of them.
No. They talk about, like, I was talking to a guy because like they don't really know. So I was like talking to a guy the other day in the lunchroom, and he's talking about how the Bulls were a super team. I'm like, okay, well, let's look at the fucking Miami Heat team that LeBron James was on. And I counted I think it was nine All-Stars or once was All-Stars on that Miami Heat team. And then we go to the Bulls, and I counted 3, right? You had Jordan, you had Pippen, And then Rodman was an all-star once.
Yeah.
And he's like, well,
and
yeah.
he didn't join the team until their third championship.
Yeah. Well, Rodman, it was the fourth championship.
Was it the fourth?
The second three-peat, he joined the team. Because they got rid of Horace Grant.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, the second.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, too. What Buddy was saying. He's like, well, what about Steve Kerr? I was like, dude, Steve Kerr averaged like 3 points a game.
Yeah,
like,
Steve Kerr wasn't a great player. He's a great coach.
Ron Harper averaged like 8 points a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is not a super team.
And like, let's not forget, every shot Michael took was contested. That guy would go through 4 guys to make a fucking behind the back fucking layup from behind the backboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When he played
LeBron, like you said, LeBron, the floor just opens up.
Yeah, it does.
I think Jalen Rose was saying that if Michael played in this era, his point totals would go up.
Yeah, it'd be like 40.
So James has more points, career points, than Michael, but he's played more games, so it took him longer to do it. So obviously, he's gonna eclipse certain, records. But at 1,076 games, Michael Jordan won 6 fucking championships, 6 MVPs,
2 retirements.
Yeah, and he also won 5 league MVPs. He won something like 10 scoring titles. He was the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, it's unheard of.
Yeah, you can't do. LeBron just isn't doing that.
No. The only one's close to that would be Kawhi right now, because Kawhi actually plays defense. But here's another thing to go to that, add to that point. So LeBron James came straight out of high school, so he came in when he was 18 years old, right?
And younger.
Had 2 years play in the league while he was young. Jordan came in when he was like 20. Okay, so Jordan, when he was at the height of his career, retired for a year and a half, right?
Yeah, he retired at his fucking.
And then after that, after he won the second three-peat, he retired for I think 2 years. And then came back and still averaged like 23 points a game.
Yeah, and like if he didn't come back to play for the Wizards, his averages would be even higher.
Oh, yeah. I always thought that was a mistake for him to come back. But when you look at numbers, you can't look at numbers because, I don't know, you have to look at like a collective career. LeBron James always played in a weak Eastern Conference. And when he left, I was like, I called it. I was like, Toronto's going to make it to the finals. And the reason why LeBron's not there, and the reason why Toronto would have beat LeBron James if the referees were fucking fair. They always wanted LeBron in that final.
There was that one game where Toronto didn't get a fucking foul called for them for, what was it, 4 quarters leading from the one game to the next. 4.5 quarters.
Yeah, it's blatant.
Yeah. Because they wanted James in the finals. And you know what? People can be like, it's a conspiracy theorist. Dude, we already have an NBA official that said they bet on games. So if they already admitted it, then is it that far-fetched?
Dude, well, I'll go you one better. So they should have had Toronto in the finals because look at what happened to the ratings once Toronto made the finals against Golden State. They should have had them in the finals for the last 3 years, which they could have done that. And another thing, too, if you watch that Game 6 that Toronto actually won, how lopsided was the referees? They wanted to stretch it to Game 7 because they wanted to get the ratings for a Game 7 game. Just so happened to be that Siakam came up big in the end. So, yeah, no, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Yeah. It's all about money. And it always will be.
Siakam is a fucking... What happened?
I don't know, man. You tilted it up. You're having problems with your new thing there.
Hold on. All right. Can you see me?
Yeah.
I'm closer up, right?
I think so.
Yeah, no, I put it right on the thing. Yeah, no, I agree, man. Siakam's becoming a fucking star. Same with Van Vliet.
Yeah. In the playoffs, he was.
Like, did he? What was it? Was it that his dad died or that his kid was born?
Oh, his father. I think his father passed away.
Yeah, and then he came in and hit like 17 straight points or something. Like, that team beat...
Keyword, team.
Yeah.
The Raptors was a
So
team.
let me ask you then. Would you
They're not
take...
independent.
what was the best Bulls team? Was it the team that beat the Jazz, or the Jazz back to back?
No. The best Bulls team was the Seattle Supersonics one that year, but not that playoff. But not that series. Not that series.
No, the whole year. I'm talking about the playoffs.
Oh, in the playoffs, the best Bulls team, the one I would say the second one when they beat the Trailblazers.
And you know the thing is, all those teams are great.
Oh yeah.
And like, people can talk about LeBron going to 8 straight finals. Yeah, he was 6-2. No,
he got 3. He
got 9. He got 9 titles, or not 9 appearances,
finals.
Where he was 3-6.
Dude, I think it's 2009. This is the only thing you have to look at. Michael Jordan compared to LeBron James. 2009 Miami Heat. I think it was his second finals, because he made it with the Cavs too.
Yeah, and got swept.
Jason Terry lit the guy up. Jason fucking Terry. Michael Jordan went one-on-one against Clyde Drexler and made Clyde Drexler look like a fucking fool.
Guy, you want to go? I'll take you one step further. Kawhi Leonard was not the player he is today. He was a defensive, basically, rookie. And he went up against fucking LeBron, and he shut him down and won. He won the MVP based on his defensive play. That's it. And he was 22 years old.
Mm-hmm. They put him on the map.
I hope he stays, man. I really do, because
I do too.
Like, the city, I get the impression that he likes the city. Now that he's there in the summer, right? I think he's like, whoa, it's not always cold here. Huh.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing too, is people sleep on Toronto as a city. It's actually a really, really cool city.
Fuck yeah,
like,
man.
people sleep on it because it's a Canadian city. But once you get there, like, it's cool, dude. Toronto's a cool city. And he's not going to get the kind of respect that he gets in Toronto anywhere else in the basketball landscape.
Guy, he's
like
a fucking
LA.
hero.
He goes to LA. He goes to LA. If he fucking farts, they're going to be on him in the media. Toronto, they're like super lax. Like, we're like begging him, stay. We're not going to talk shit. We never do. Just stay with us when it comes to basketball. Hockey's different.
Imagine if fucking the hockey media was the same as basketball media in Toronto. Man, that would be awesome.
How many people would want to come and play in Toronto? Well, a lot of people want to play anyhow, but it's just like, it's very
at the end of their career.
Yeah, it's smothering, man.
But like, with John Tavares going to Toronto, that's like unheard of, right?
That was a huge deal.
Hey, did you hear that the Boston and St. Louis series drew the highest ratings for any NHL final in the States?
In the States?
Yep. Their average was over 8 million people.
Guess who didn't watch one game?
Huh?
Guess who didn't watch one game?
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, no.
For those teams.
I will say this. Fucking St. Louis has traditionally been a pretty good trading partner of the Leafs, and I'm glad to see ex-Leafs win. Bozak won, Steen won, Gunnarsson won. Fuck, man, that's awesome.
I like that too. I'm
glad St. Louis won. I'm glad and I'm not, because like, they came in 67, right?
Mm-hmm.
Our last cup was in 67. Vancouver came in 67. So those, luckily, they haven't won a cup yet. But the number of teams, like, pretty soon we're going to be all by ourselves. I was talking to a Leaf fan.
Had some pretty good teams too. We've had some pretty good teams too, man.
Yeah, man. Like, that 93 team could have won it all.
Yeah.
But Kerry Fraser us.
One against Gretzky. It's
So
like
what do you think of fucking Davis joining LeBron?
I don't think that they're gonna win. I think it's gonna be a flop. I see it kind of being like the LA Lakers with Steve Nash when he joined, right? Because they don't have any shooting, and nowadays you need
they have no
perimeter.
perimeter. They have no perimeter, and they have no backcourt, and they have no bench.
And LeBron's getting old, dude.
And not only that, but LeBron, he's not a team player, man. Like, he's the fucking GM, you know? And the way I see it is he wants guys that he wants on the team, but he wants to run the offense the way he wants to run it. Well, you get a guy like Davis, and it's like, man, that guy wants the ball too. So is he willing to take a drop in his productivity because of LeBron?
Yeah.
And who else can they get?
Kawhi? They don't have the money.
They're not going to get Kawhi. Kawhi already said he doesn't. I mean, it could happen, but Kawhi said he does not want to play with LeBron. He doesn't want to.
Nobody else said. He's like, I'll talk to the LA Lakers, but I want to talk to Magic Johnson. That's what he said. So he met with Magic Johnson with the LA Lakers.
But there's no point in talking to Magic Johnson because it's clear that LeBron makes the choices.
Well, Johnson's not there anymore. He quit.
Oh, yeah.
He quit with the Lakers. So it's like, okay, so he's going to go talk to Magic, what, just to shoot the shit about basketball?
Yeah.
Magic's like, well, I'll do whatever to get the LA Lakers a good team, which, respect to that, but I couldn't see him going to the Lakers considering how the front office is being ran right now.
Yeah, they gave up so many lottery draft picks for this fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
They gave up their future. And it was like, if they would have just stayed the course, they would have been a very good team. Even with like Lorenzo Ball on the team, man. He was turning into a good player, and on the defensive side, he was already a good player. His jump
funny.
System work.
So what's his name? What's his flip there? Anthony Davis. He was a Pelican, right?
Yeah.
So they traded all those kids to the Pelicans, and then they got Zion Williamson.
Yeah.
So watch the fuck out, man. Watch out.
So they traded Zion, so they got Zion, but they also traded their 3rd or 4th overall draft pick. But the trade didn't go through until after the pick was made. So whoever they picked, I can't remember, is now on the Pelicans, plus all of the guys they traded.
Yeah, it's be the Fab Four all over again, bud.
It's like, why? Because LeBron wanted Anthony Davis. Yeah. And we're not talking about the East here, man. We're talking about the West, where the West, like most teams, have 2 superstars on their fucking roster.
Yeah, well, most 3 teams.
Well, but when I say
there's 3 contenders.
When I say most teams, I mean the contenders.
Yeah. Well, how great was the Nuggets this year for not having any superstars on the team?
If I was a player who I would want to go play for, Dallas.
Well, Mark Cuban. He treats his guys good, man.
Not just Cuban, Luka Doncic, man.
Yeah.
That kid's a fucking star. And he proved it. He proved it as a teenager in the Euro League, which was full of men. And people can talk shit about the Euro League, but that's one step below the fucking NBA, man. And he became the MVP of that league, and he showed that he should have went number 1. And Cuban likes picking white guys, right?
European white dudes too who can shoot the 3 ball. So Nowitzki is sick. Plus, he had Nowitzki with him this year too, right, to kind of show him the rope.
And he had Porzingis they traded for. I think
Dallas got Porzingis?
Huh?
Dallas got Porzingis?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
From New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah,
why you give them 2 years, they're going to be a contender, man.
Yeah, they got the youth. Porzingis isn't that old, eh? He's like mid-20s.
Yeah, and you know who's made out probably the worst out of everybody? San Antonio, man. They got this fucking aging team, and they made up this bullshit about Kawhi. Like they said he's not a leader, which he disproved. His injury was fake, which he disproved. And they got DeRozan, who can't win in the playoffs.
Yeah, which is a shame because I like DeRozan.
Yeah, I do too. But what have you done for me lately, Eddie? That's the way I see it.
He's
Show
not
me
a
the
complete
money,
player.
Eddie.
DeRozan's not a guy who can lead a team. Like, yeah, maybe he'll be a sniper. I think of him like a Clay Matthews, or Clay Thompson. Sorry, like he's not the main focus on a team. Shouldn't be. Should be number 2.
I think Klay Thompson can be though, because he's
I don't.
He's gonna get a max deal, man.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, he's said he's gonna sign with Golden State.
But he's getting a max.
Oh
you
yeah.
You don't just give
Yeah,
a
but
max.
he's not the number 1.
Huh?
I don't think he'd be a good number 1 option.
Yeah, but if Curry wasn't there, I think he would be.
I don't think they'd make the playoff.
Really?
No.
So let's say you take Curry out, but you have KD and Klay Thompson.
Okay, we're still thinking KD's going to sign with Golden State.
Well, they said they're going to pull out all the stops to give him a fucking max deal. Where's KD going to go then?
Well, he wants to go to. They're saying he's going to go to New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why anybody would want to go to New York.
Not yet.
They have a culture of losing there.
If you can break that, though. If you be heralded
I don't think
as a
KD
god.
is good enough to do it on his own.
No, he needs guys. He needs guys.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
KD,
Yeah, he wants a team built around him. That's the thing, is that he wants a team built around him, kind of like a LeBron James. And
yeah,
New York
he's like the anti-James, He thinks he's like James's rival. But I think, I think people made too big of a fucking stink about him leaving OKC, honestly. But I will say this. I hate the fact that players chase championships.
Yep. Me too.
Like, one thing's like, okay, Marlo goes to Toronto thinking that perhaps I can win a championship. But I think he knew that they weren't going to, and he was going there as a mentor. I'm cool with that because he put his time in. He put 20 years in with a team. But for a guy like, say, LeBron, who put like 3 or 4 years in with Cleveland and then was like, I'm taking my talent to South Florida just so he can win championships and then go back to Cleveland, I think it's a fucking slap in the face. And then when he wins a championship and shows that he can't win again, he goes to LA trying to build another super team.
I fully agree with you there. And that's why, in my eyes, Michael Jordan is the best player of all time. He stuck with it. Yeah. He stuck with Chicago. And at that time, Chicago wasn't a fucking hotbed for basketball. The reason why it was a hotbed for basketball is they signed Jordan.
Like, people say, okay, the East is easy. Yeah. Not in the late 80s or the 80s and the late 80s and the 90s, they weren't. Like, fucking Jordan going through the fucking bad boy Pistons, they beat the shit out of him. And how did he respond? He swept them.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't shake his hand after. Isaiah Thomas, piece of shit.
That wasn't Isaiah Thomas's idea. It was Bill Lambert's.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've
heard it was all Isaiah.
It's documented.
But anyhow, he also had to go through Boston.
Yeah.
Right? Sure, they were aging, but they were still a fucking powerhouse. And another team that gets swept under the rug is the Cleveland Cavaliers at the time. Yeah. They were a fucking powerhouse at the time.
And then he had to play the best in the fucking West, man.
Well, like, and the New York Knicks in the 90s.
Fucking beat the shit out of fucking the Utah Jazz twice.
Yeah.
And like, so when people like, it's all millennials that are like, "Oh, LeBron faces tougher competition." No, he doesn't. He just loses to strong competition.
Mm-hmm. Well, the West, like the East, hasn't really been able to compete with the West on a regular basis since 2000, since that powerhouse Lakers team.
Yeah.
I think that's a better question. Who do you think would win? The Bulls, the '96 Bulls with Rodman, or the Lakers team that won that three-peat?
The one with fucking Shaq.
Kobe.
I think the Bulls.
I toss that up in my head.
I don't know, man. The Lakers already showed they know how to deal with Shaq when Orlando went to the finals, or no, went to the semi or the quarter or the conference finals.
Yeah, and they had Penny, but Penny was no Kobe.
But still, I think I think if like MJ D'd up on fucking Kobe would shit his pants.
And they also had Pippen too.
Yeah.
And
you got fucking Shaq jumping up for rebounds versus fucking Rodman. Shaq's not getting a rebound without getting a fucking elbow in the nose.
Oh yeah, dude. And they did a good thing. I watched one of the games because I'll watch like an old Bulls game every once in a while. I watched like old Lakers games too. But they did this one great thing with Shaq. So when he would come into the key, when he got to where the foul line was, they would have somebody bump him and disrupt his movement, and then Rodman would post him up after he got his movement disrupted right there. So now instead of turning around doing the hook shot that he does, now he's doing it at the fucking free throw line rather than 2 feet away from the basket. Brilliant.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
little thing.
Like what was Shaq's fucking free throw percentage?
It was like 40, 48, I think.
Let's see. Let's consult Google. What was Shaquille O'Neal's free throw percentage?
52.7%.
52.
Oh, 52.
That's fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Okay. He's shooting like that. You know what I mean? Like the basketball is like this in his hands. Like,
yeah. Unless he
has to use 3 fingers.
5 feet away from that basket, he's fucking useless.
Oh yeah.
You know.
But like his hands are ridiculous. I still think out of all the centers, Shaq is the most dominant center that's ever played the game. Dominant, the best skilled center. Olajuwon. Skilled Olajuwon. Dominant.
David Robinson, man.
No, I'm going to disagree with Robinson.
I think Robinson added a finesse to the center position that many others didn't have.
Olajuwon schooled Robinson in their prime. In that playoff series they had.
But, you know. But, yeah, I mean, it's a good argument because when the Bulls weren't fucking in it, it was Olajuwon's show, right?
Yeah. It was boring. So when I watched the first repeat Bulls, I was young. I think it was like I was like 9. Yeah, like that. I caught the tail end or whatever, and I hated the Bulls because they won all the time. That's how I am. But then when Jordan left and the Rockets won 2 years in a row, I
missed the Bulls.
I was screaming for him to come back because he made basketball exciting. If LeBron left, I don't think I would have that feeling. I don't want to discredit him either, though, because he is a great fucking player. But there shouldn't be any comparisons.
How long did Michael play in the NBA? 13 years?
I'm not sure. 15 maybe?
Let's see. How long did Michael Jordan play in the NBA?
14 years.
14 years.
Here's a summary from IMDb.
Now, does that include...
The Chicago Bulls for 14 years.
But that's also including the 2.5, like 1 and a bit years for the Wizards. So he retired, let's say, 13 years after his final. So really, half the years he was in the NBA, he won championships. You know, his ratio of championship fucking finals appearances and wins is like unrivaled, man. Unrivaled.
And no people touch that.
No.
I can see anybody touching that. So
That's
6 and 6.
like Wilt Chamberlain, how many championships did he win?
He didn't win 6. And the only people that won more, well, actually, Robert Horry won more than Jordan.
Yeah, but wasn't Horry also on the Bulls and the Lakers?
No, he was on the Lakers, the Rockets, and the Spurs. And he got one more. He got one more.
Yeah, because he joined.
Bill Russell and Robert Horry are like the only two guys that has more championships than Jordan.
But I mean, you know, that was in the like basketball in like the 70s was basically between the Magic and the Lakers and the fucking Celtics, right?
No. Yeah, but that was like if we're talking Russell, we're talking 50s and 60s.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Final
like
question
14.
before we end this. What did you think of Andy Ruiz Jr. knocking out Anthony Joshua?
My opinion on that, Joshua, I heard a rumor that he got knocked out in fucking practice like 2 weeks before. So he came in there zero confidence, and then Ruiz fucking clipped him. That's his name. What's his name? Ruiz?
Andy Ruiz Jr. He was
okay,
Andy Ruiz's son.
So here's the other thing. Everybody's making a big. They're saying that he was the first heavyweight champion that's of Mexican descent.
Yeah.
What about John Ruiz? Do you remember who? We forget John Ruiz. He was a Mexican champion, but he was American Mexican.
But I think he's from Mexico.
Is this guy? I thought he was American Mexican. I don't know. I'd have to look into it.
I'll look it up right now. Andy Ruiz.
Good luck.
Yeah, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
No. Andy
Ruiz Jr.
According to Wikipedia, Andres Ponce.
No, he's American Mexican.
Yeah, so everybody's forgetting about John Ruiz.
Yeah.
John Ruiz was a heavyweight champion, and Roy Jones beat him for that.
Beat the shit out of him, yeah.
Which was one of the best performances of all time because Ruiz didn't hit him with anything. Roy Jones just danced around and made him look foolish. But yeah, so good on the kid. The kid's quick. He has that quick right hand. But I think it was more Joshua not showing up than Ruiz actually.
So you say he was afraid. I think he was overconfident. I think so. I just think this was just a bum that he didn't have much tape on, and he was looking forward to either Wilder or Tyson Fury. What did you think of that Tyson Fury fight? That was sick.
Dude, his entrance alone.
Yeah, but did you see his Matrix fucking shit?
Well, yeah, Tyson Fury's great. He's great. Yeah. He's one of these dudes, like, it doesn't look like he has coordination because he's such a big dude. Yeah. But just try and hit him. Can't fucking touch that guy.
Yeah.
Well,
he should have won that Wilder fight.
Yeah, it was a draw.
You know. But that's what happens when you're fighting in America and you're a Brit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're almost going 2 hours. We should end this shit.
I think so.
So this has been Handsome Frank and even handsomer Mike. Some might call him Cool Mike. We've been talking about wrestling and other stuff. And if you don't like the other stuff, feel free not to watch it. But if you don't watch it, you're not going to hear the next 3 things. Like the motherfucker. Okay? Subscribe and teabag that notification bell. And I got a 4th. Share the fucking video. Okay? Do us a solid.
And if you want to sponsor the podcast, just see me at a bar, just buy me a beer. But make sure it's not fucking Canadian. Okay?
Yeah. And if you see Mike at a bar and you buy him a beer, he'll shout you out as a sponsor. Now, if you see me, feel free to give me a blowjob, and I will shout you out as a sponsor. And Mike's coming down on August 1st, and believe me, he's going to be one of the biggest sponsors we have ever got. See, he didn't deny it.
Still
All right,
trying to think what you mean.
That you're going to blow me. So, this is MJF Wrestling and Other Stuff. Signing off. Mike, say something.
I better get hazard pay if I'm going to blow you.
You better. You might go blind.
Because you're Italian, you got all that pubic hair.
No, I don't got much. Only
That's
when
my Daniel's done. I'm waxing on, waxing off.
You might get a concussion. So, good thing I don't work for WWE, eh?
Hazard pay, bro.
Otherwise, Paige's injury wouldn't be her back. So. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching podcast number 3, and we'll be back. I'll be making short videos. This motherfucker will definitely be making short videos, and we'll catch you guys next motherfucking week. All right. So, peace out.